Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Baller. I am your host, Ben Baller, aka the Korean John Cusack. Yo, I don't know who the fuck said that, but someone said that shit a long time ago, and it kind of bugged me out. I was like, do I really look like that motherfucker? Especially when I had hair. This is a long time ago. It's just some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? We got a big show. It's some shit. I'm not about the tea and the drama and the controversy and stuff. Well, I mean, I'm about the controversy, I guess. But, that ain't my thing, man. I ain't gonna sit here and gossip on motherfuckers and, whatever. I'm gonna speak opinions. I'm gonna speak truths and actual facts about what happens in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then that's about it. But we got a real big show today. And this shit's gonna be heavy and it's gonna hit. So I ain't gonna get too much into yapping about some other things. But, I was just thinking, I was like, you know what, man, I'm about to hit New York City next month. And I love New York City. And I just could never live there ever again. You know what I'm saying? I love it, but I could never live there. I was living there during the Reasonable Doubt era, Duck Down Records era, you know what I'm saying? When Priority Records had the East Coast division and like the Blizzard of 96. That was the one that just said, all right, 96, the Blizzard, fuck this. I didn't know what the fuck a snow day was. I didn't know you could just shut down the whole city and everything. It was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like no, not for me. Can't live there, you know what I'm saying? But speaking of NYC, I thought this week was going to start off kind of chill, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, my kid's about to start school. And I was like, I got a couple errands I got to run. I got to handle some business, And it's like, just trying to have a chill week. But nah, some people are still butthurt over some opinions that I had. And like, listen, man, this is my philosophy. And like, y'all should take it to heart what I'm about to say, because this is just to help you. Your opinion about me is none of my business. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I will be in New York soon, like I said, and I'm always on the block. I'm always on 47th. You know what I'm saying? And one of them dudes who got butthurt, I didn't even say anything about dude really. Like, really for real. Greg did. And I am one to pass the buck, but Greg said what he said, and then, no big deal, you know what I'm saying? But then dude had to bring up some untruths, and he brought up my mom, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, well, let me get petty and end your life. And there's no argument with it. Anyone who could add 2 + 2 knows that I brought up the truth. And bro, come on, man. Like, this dude's followers got real bold, super confident, super disrespectful. So I had to break out the industrial size, raid and just spray these motherfucking cockroaches. And it was just crazy. But I'll tell you this, one thing that's that happened from all this. The dude making up all that noise, man, you know what I'm saying, brought my mom into all this shit, He had to hold the ice pack to his head yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So when I hit 47th Street, I'm going to pull up the dude. I want to see if he has that same emotion with that MySpace era camera, you know what I'm saying, when I pull up to his shop. And I'm done with it, man. We won't get into all this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, on some good shit again, like I said, my kids started school today, it was lit. And I got super emotional seeing them in the uniforms, you know what I'm saying? Ryder started kindergarten, London is in first grade, and just like, they just look so fucking handsome. And thank God for my wife for the great genes and looks. And this morning it was just like a shit show, you know what I'm saying? There's like a valet area and there's a drop-off area. And, I pulled up in the minivan, you know what I'm saying? I do, the washed up minivan. I love that fucking car. And this dude pulled up in his Ferrari to drop off his daughter. And I was like, okay, that's how you feeling? All right, cool. So when I went to go pick up my kids from school today, it was a half day because it was the first day of school. I brought the Ferrari, you know what I'm saying, to pull up. And I know that was, whatever, it was petty. My kids are happy to be in the car. They're hyped to see it. They ain't seen it in a minute. I don't really drive that car that much. But anyways, first day of school accomplished. It was good. Can't wait for my son to make some friends. You know what I'm saying? I got my son's birthday party this weekend. London is turning 7. I can't motherfucking believe it. The shit is crazy. And on to some more very serious news. We got a very special guest and by the name of Jordyn Woods. And she has some controversy, hit her. And she's obviously, you know what I'm saying, been laying low. And then I'm really happy that she came down and we got to chop it up and we have a great show ahead of us. And to tell you the truth, this is the crazy part. I've never interviewed anybody in my entire life So this is, I'm really excited for you guys. This is going to be lit. But when I was interviewing her, she brought up that the Amazon was on fire for like 2-3 weeks or whatever it was. I didn't get like super research level into it, but the Amazon forest contains something like, is it 10% of the airspace, the clean air that something crazy. It was like 1/4 of the world's water supply or some shit, and it's been on fire. And then someone else told me, my friend Crystal was like, yo, the reason why a lot of it was on fire because they were clearing out some spaces to breed more cows for meat. And we're going to get in a second to why. Now I'm really feeling like shit because that's just fucked up. I hope that's not true. But anyways, Amazon is on fire, and it worries me. It concerns me. And a lot of people have been posting it. And the people who have, man, God bless you guys. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys know, I used to own a nonprofit organization in Seattle, and it was called friendlyearth.org. And, we were electronic recycling company. We did a lot of good, donated a lot of money to inner city kids, to schools, and to programs and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people kind of wonder, like, yo, man, what's your tie to Seattle? My cousin lives out there. My wife was born there. My father-in-law went to school there. My father-in-law has been a Seahawks fan since the Seahawks were founded. It was at 68, 67, somewhere around there. So I was a Raiders fan for like 30 years. And I was, for a minute, I was diehard like a motherfucker. I was blessed to have a couple friends that played for the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, Charles Woodson. And, after a certain point, like around 2011, I was like, yo, bro. I told my man, DJ Homicide, yo, fam, I love you, bro. I love the Raiders, but I didn't have it with them, bro. I'm done. So in 2012, I jumped on to the Seattle Seahawks, which in a million years never thought I would. Thank God I did it before they started winning, like for real. And that was a beautiful thing. And I've been rocking with them ever since. Been having season tickets for the last, 6 seasons. And Seahawks are lit. I can't wait. The season starts like in a couple weeks. I'll be out there for the season opener. Shout out to my boy Rex. And that's my family right there. But yeah, man, going on and going forward, a lot of people don't know about the charity and the nonprofit and just the things that I've done because I never really promoted it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I wouldn't mind, going out and having someone videotape me, giving money or giving food to people and whatever. And it just never happened. And I've been a part of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I donated some money to Mr. Fab for his backpack program. I got some other shit I'm doing this year, but I never promoted it because I just did it. You know what I'm saying? I had it. I had the bread. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let me help some people out. And that was cool. In my mind, I felt good about it. And I didn't need to tell anybody. I needed to put it on my social media. And I got a massive platform. I know that. And I just didn't feel like doing it. So with that said, I went to my boy Miguel's page, man, today. He posted a bunch of things about the Amazon. And I was like, yo, man, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I feel scared for, our future, for my kids. And some clown, man, some smart ass motherfucker just thought he'd like leave some clever comment. He's like, let me leave something clever and, be cute from a private page and like maybe say something, to make Ben feel stupid. And no, bro, like I really feel dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like rarely. And, he said something like, well, mining for diamonds isn't very good for the ecosystem either. And when I saw the comment, I was like, yo, bro, like you have the stupidest fucking comment today. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you should go and choke yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should try to fucking, I don't know, fall down some steps before, 10 p.m. this evening. Like, bro, there are so many precious metals and other things that people mine, and there's other mining activities and things that people mine for that affect the ecosystem and just everything more so than diamonds do. And those things are for like building schools, building hospitals, building satellites. Like if you don't get the fuck out of my, like, bro, like shut the fuck up. Some people just really say the stupidest fucking shit. So anyways, the other day I ran into one of my boys over at Riff, and he had this white titanium credit card, and this shit was lit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's the new Apple credit card. And then I just started seeing it was trending, and I saw a bunch of people that I knew had it. My cousin has one. My business partner got one. And I was like, hold on, wait a second. Then my boy Paul got one. And like people applying, and you get, you apply for the card. And it's the first time, obviously, Apple's ever had a card. And there's all these perks on it. You could fucking text message via iMessage customer service. And it's just like, you could be your Apple Pay. And it just, there's no fees. And the APR is real low. And there's just like no tricks. No, it's just no frills. It's just a straight up dope ass card. And like, I decided like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? 2 minutes, just apply for right here on your iPhone. Cool, boom. And sure enough, in about 2 minutes or less, I got approved for like $40,000, right? And like a lot of my boys have had really good credit for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And they got approved for like 25. One got approved for like 20. One got approved for like 6,000 or 6,500. One of them got approved for like 30. Like 40 is good, you know what I'm saying? And I got like a lot of credit cards, you know what I'm saying? I have credit cards. I ain't talking about Amex, not charge cards, and just straight unsecured credit cards, upwards to about like $600,000, right? And like, I think about it, 10 years ago, my credit was absolute shit. And I was like at a 590, and I had like just stupid ass dumb things like a phone bill for $86, just shit that I wasn't just taking care of. It wasn't out of money, I just wasn't taking care of it. But my car credit was cool. I was always able to get a car because you got to buy a cash or whatever, put a high down payment. That was like a priority for me, you know what I'm saying? You obviously see where I was then. I had no kids then. But like 10 years ago, I couldn't get approved for a fucking GameStop fucking $60 credit card. You know what I'm saying? Like if they had one, I'm making that shit up. But you know, like my man Travis, shout out to my man Travis Wilson, you know, he fixed my credit big time. Like he cleaned my shit up like silly, you know what I'm saying? And I've had like, I don't know, I'm guessing, you know, at least $6 million in car loans in the last 10 years, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of cars, paid off loans, you know what I'm saying? That helped. But like with Travis, he just cleaned up my credit on a whole different level, you know what I'm saying? Helped me get like the best rates for my mortgage, you know what I'm saying? If you got fucked up credit, my man Travis will still get you approved, like legit. This dude just works wonders. He was a president of a major bank back in the day, and he just said, fuck this, and he just does his own thing. And so, you know, he fixed my credit, and my shit's like an 822 right now, you know what I'm saying? Like my credit is incredible, it's impeccable, you know what I mean? And I ain't got like no small time shit under me, and I don't really have no debt, you know what I mean? Like I pay my credit cards off every month, and you know, I got like a big spending limit, you know what I mean? And I don't have like, my debt to ratio is not really, well, it's low. But, you know, if you on Instagram, you know, check out at Trav for the stars, TRAV Trav for the stars. And Travis, man, he's just fucking amazing dude, man. And just, you know, and then like he made some bread off of me. Dude, just, I don't know what it was, man. So I decided to help dude out with other things, but we won't get into that. If you want your credit fixed, if you need a loan for a home, a credit line, for fucking a car, whatever, my man Travis will get it done. Definitely hit him up. You know what I'm saying? Always remember, man, being broke is part of the game. Staying broke is some personal shit. All right? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, tonight, man, I went to dinner at one of my favorite spots. I went to dinner at Chateau Marmont. You know what I'm saying? And Chateau Marmont is like classic, legendary Hollywood shit. This ain't no fancy, nouveau, modern, contemporary hotel. This is just a legendary Hollywood landmark. You know what I'm saying? Like, just super legendary. You know what I'm saying? It's like a spot where like the Rolling Stones stayed at and shit. You know what I'm saying? And people party here, and like, it's just like, you just, the nostalgia that's behind it. And like, it's just crazy. You see, like, you never know. Like, last time I was there, I had no fucking idea. Like, I pulled up, and I've had a lot of dinners with A$AP Rocky there. You know what I'm saying? And like, out of nowhere, I'm having dinner with fucking Melanie Griffith. You know what I'm saying? And like, and Antonio Banderas is a table next to us. So it was just like super random. And like, having dinner with Lloyd Rockkin. She's a legendary jeweler, super, super legendary OG rock star jeweler. I had my birthday dinner a few years ago. It was like a picture that always floats around with me and the Migos and like Rocky and Ian Connor. Yo, Ian, man, hold your head, my bro. I know you ain't going to be in that long. They can't fuck with you, bro. And, you know, I'm praying for you. Hope you're all right. Anyways, man, I had dinner at the Chateau Marmont. You know, the menu there is real simple. They got just, the breakfast is lit, lunch is dope. They got a really solid burger. I don't eat red meat, but tonight I am sad to say I broke a over 3-year streak, and I had their spaghetti bolognese, and I don't regret it. You know, I do what the fuck I want. I try to be more conscious about it, but their spaghetti bolognese got to be, if not the best, it's the second best in the entire city. I would have to say La Scala has to be the best. But their spaghetti bolognese is fucking amazing. I had dinner with my man Anton, with my homegirl Sam. I want to say something, but no, I won't. My wife, obviously. And we got a pleasant surprise by our old friend, Shay Mitchell. By the way, Shay, congratulations on your pregnancy. Congratulations to you and Matt. That's dope. You're about to have a kid, man. It's such an amazing thing. I always say that to everyone, man. Parenthood has changed me to totally different levels, and having a daughter has softened me. So Matt, that shit's gonna soften you like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chateau was lit. I got to run into my homegirl China Chow tonight. China Chow's from the Mr. Chow family. But more than that, China is the girl who introduced me to pop art. Like, I was always into graffiti, obviously, because I was an ex-graffiti artist. But China introduced me to art. Her unofficial godfather, but really her godfather was, well, she had like 2-3 godfathers, but one of them was Andy Warhol. No bullshit, true story, like the real deal. China's mom was one of the first major, gigantic supermodels in Hollywood, Tina Chow. Her mom was best friends with Andy Warhol, Coco Chanel, Keith Haring, and Jean-Michel Basquiat, and, you know, just some minor people, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. Just enormous, like, fucking icons in forever in history. But yeah, so, you know, China introduced me to pop art. She has a fucking massive, unfucking believable, ridiculous, sick, fucking insane, just stupid, crazy, one-of-one collection of Warhols and Basquiats, and just insane. And she's had them forever. And China's one of my best friends. I've known her for a long time. I used to live with China. She's just like an amazing person. She actually put me up on a lot of fucking high fashion shit early on, and just she's just so dope, man. She's always put me up on dope things, and it was dope seeing her tonight. She's her boyfriend is Billy Idol, who's obviously another insane rock and roll legend. So, you know, I got to see Billy Idol tonight for a little bit, chopped it up with him. It was crazy. Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers is there. You go to Chateau Marmont, you can get a fucking reservation there. It was a fucking Wednesday night. It was just crazy. It's just so many fucking people were there. And shout out to my man Elliot Wilson. I ran into him tonight and his wife and everything. And it was just crazy. You know, it was a dope time. It was a good dinner. And yeah, I broke my streak of red meat, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a stomach ache later, but it's all good. I don't want to go too much deeper, but next week I definitely want to get into the reason why my nickname in college during football, well, amongst my football teammates, my nickname in college was Cheap Shot Yang. Cheap Shot Yang. This is before I was Ben Baller, you know what I'm saying? This is 1991, so redshirt year. And my first time doing the NFL Combines. And I'm going to drop another Forrest Gump story. I'm deciding right now, I don't know which one it should be, whether it should be the time I met Prince, like formally, or one of the Forrest Gump stories I got about Michael Jackson. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Right about now, my man, Miles Davis, is about to play a funky, jazzy, Lakey beat. My man at Lakey Inspired. Yo, we going to be right back with that Jordyn Woods interview. Yo, Miles, hit me one time. So yo, I have a very special guest today on Behind the Baller podcast, and it is the lovely Miss Jordyn Woods.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Jordyn?
Well, I said guys, but really I'm talking to you. Yeah, we're here behind the baller. Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called, behind. Because, you know, basically I like, you know, people see like the jewelry, or they see like the nice cars and whatever, but they don't like, this is like kind of deeper. It's like my background. Yeah, how I got to here, and like me being a dad and what I don't show on Instagram. It's hard to talk, or how do I say? It's hard to put my life in a caption. You can't. There's too many, and it's too long, and like, you know. But anyways, I really appreciate you coming over here to the $1 Million Man Cave to do the show.
It definitely is the $1 Million Man Cave.
So let's just get right into it, and you know, so to my followers and my listeners who don't know and everything else, like, so like, you know, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, LA native. It's rare. Where are you from?
Come on, girl. I was born and raised in Koreatown, LA, like K-Town.
That's what I thought, but not Koreatown. I just thought LA.
Yeah, I went to Fairfax. I went to Beverly Hills High. I mentioned for the first time on my podcast that I got kicked out of 8 schools. So finally, my parents couldn't take care of me.
Why did you get kicked out?
I did graffiti. I was gambling. I've gotten into fucking gang shit, and I was fighting people. So anyways, going on, they had to send me to the Bay Area to like a neighborhood next to Berkeley, California, and like I went to school there for a little bit, but I came back and finished in LA. But what part of LA are you from?
I'm from the Valley. I'm a Valley girl.
Like what part of the Valley specifically?
Well, I was born in Tarzana, California.
Okay.
At Tarzana Hospital, but I grew up in this really small city called Oak Park. Do you know where Oak Park is?
Girl, I know every single area in the world and I've never heard of fucking Oak, especially LA. Where the fuck is Oak Park?
So Oak Park is by Agora.
Oh, okay.
It's a really small
once
city.
you go west of Shoup or like Fallbrook, like I'm
That's
just not knowing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I really grew up in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And then I stayed there until I was about 13. And then I moved to Calabasas. But I moved, what people don't know is like I moved a lot when I was younger. After like 12 years old, I started moving around a lot. I moved to Thousand Oaks, and then I moved to West Hills, and I moved to Las Virgenes. Then it's always been in the same area, but
did you change schools when you moved?
No, I just had to do homeschool.
What the fuck? How was that?
Yeah. Homeschool, it was cool. Most of my friends were homeschooled, so it was easy. The thing about me is like I loved school. Like I was such a nerd. A lot of people don't know that about me, is like I was always in advanced classes. Just like I loved school until I got to high school and I stopped caring.
Okay, so when did you go to a normal high school?
No. That's when I started homeschool.
Hold on. So you never went to a school with at least like 1,000 students before? You never really like...
No, I did. I through all grade school.
Oh, okay.
And then once I hit high school, homeschool, I just would procrastinate. I'm a Libra.
Okay. I'm sorry. Look, I'm like, I kind of fuck with signs a little bit, but I just know like a few. But what month is Libra?
September.
Oh shit, your birthday's coming up.
Yep, September 23rd.
Okay, so you grew up in LA.
Yeah, I grew up in LA. I grew up, I have 3 siblings. I have an older brother. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. My sister's 12, so she's like almost 10 years younger than me.
Hold on, your sister's... oh shit.
Yeah, but we're all from the same parents.
Oh fuck, for real?
Yeah. So we're all from the same parents. My parents were together pretty much my whole life. My dad worked in the TV industry. He was a sound engineer for television. So
okay, I didn't know that. That's dope.
So he was in the TV industry my whole life. He worked on The Fresh Prince. That was like one of his shows. So that's how I know the Smith family.
Right.
That's why we're so close, because my older brother was best friends with Trey, who's Will's oldest son.
Right.
And then Jaden and I were best friends. Then my younger brother and Willow were like the same age.
That's so crazy. So like, not whatever, like part of the whole thing about this podcast is I call myself the Forrest Gump of hip hop. Have you ever watched the movie Forrest Gump?
Of course.
Okay. Do you remember how Forrest just ended up being like in the White House? Like a scandal happens, he was there. Like something major that happened in pop culture, he happened to be there and started it, right? So people start saying that because I've been in the room during some historical moments in hip hop. But I just say that because I'm always around, right? So going on and going forward, how I just tie myself and have a little thing. Like you said, you're close to the Smith family, right? I don't know Will, like not at all or anything, right? But Fresh Prince was supposedly based off of, Loon, who was a rapper that was signed to Diddy, signed to Bad Boy, he's a famous rapper. And he went to...
messed up. I did not even know that.
Yeah, and like Loon went to Beverly Hills High School and like kind of had lived this life. It was sort of, people say, it's kind of like what the life was about. But what's crazy is, and I'm not trying to bring up any bad blood. There's actually nothing scandalous or anything about it. But one of my best friends growing up, he actually is the dude who taught me how to ball. Like I got my name Ben Baller because I played basketball in college. But
you played basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball. And I got
That's why you're called Ben Baller?
Yeah, not from being like... Yeah, so I've been Ben Baller since September 1992, and I was from playing ball.
That's crazy.
So going on, my boy played in the NFL, and he was like the man. He won the national championship with Notre Dame back in the late 80s. And he was a dude who taught me how to ball. Like, he was the man. His name is Tony Smith, and his name was T Smooth. And him and Jada dated. They were like,
really?
Yeah, they were like together for like a little while. They're serious. I'm like, I DJ'd. It had to be Jada's 23rd, 24th, or 25th birthday. I forgot what it was, but it was around that time. And I DJ'd her birthday party, and it was at Denzel's spot called Creek Alley on Melrose. This is a long time ago. This is like 90.
Crazy.
And it's funny because Jada was always cool, boom, and then Tony, he was always into dogs. He had a dog named Kenji, as a crazy Rottweiler. And the reason why we're getting into the story is because Tony had a dude named Caesar that was always around, and anytime dog shit came up, boom. And then Tony introduced Caesar to Jada and all them. And next thing you know, I didn't even know this even when the show was already big. I had no idea that was a fucking dog whisperer.
Yeah, he's like,
and I'm like, Caesar
legit.
Milan? I'm like, oh, yeah, no, he's super legit. You know what I mean? He did a lot of my homies' dogs. And anyways, so that was like the small little tie I had to Jada and whatever. But I haven't seen him. I know Jaden, you know what I'm saying? And I remember like a couple times like Willow come around and pull up to Tyler's Future store, and she was like, you know, she's cool.
Willow and I would always go to the Odd Future store. This is before I knew any of them, and I would be so terrified to walk in there because I'm like, oh, they're so scary.
Well, you know, Tyler's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I was so intimidated. Now I'll see Tyler and it's fine. But when I was younger, I would get such a thrill going into that store because I'm like,
I remember she came in and she was literally like I've never been that. I think I might have been almost that starstruck when I first met Prince, but she was so like, her eyes were like, she was like tripping, you know what I mean? And I was like, yo, it's just fucking Tyler. Like, that shit ain't no big deal. But so that's crazy. And so you are close to the family. That's dope. Man, Jaden's just such a nice guy, you know what I mean? Like,
the nicest.
Such a cool dude. So what I'm curious about, because like I've been following you for like 2 months now, and I kind of like, you know,
2 months.
You can't, no, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like you can't like base off anything and like stories and stuff or anything, right? But like what do you do on a daily basis?
Every day is different for me. If I have no work to do, okay, so the thing about me is every day I wake up, I decide what can I do today to be a better person. I know it's cliche, but I'm like, whether it's working out, getting to the gym, cooking, if I just feel like I need to sleep the whole day, whatever I need to do that day to be better tomorrow is what I do.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. Sleep the whole day is not going to make you better for tomorrow.
Okay, sleep the whole day is an instance for me. I went to DC yesterday. I got back at noon. I was there for a total of 10 hours.
Oh, shit.
Today I was exhausted. Some days you got to take it off and sleep. I didn't do that.
Listen, you're young. Do your thing. I hear you.
That's what I mean by sleep the whole day.
Okay. What were you doing in DC, if you don't mind me asking?
I did a little club appearance. I just started.
What club?
It was called Griffin. It's a little.
Oh, okay. And I just did a club appearance. That was my last appearance in DC. I won't do no more DC clubs, but I was curious if it was the same spot. But okay, go on.
No, it was like a day party. I ended up pulling up at like 10 p.m. I was there for 2 hours. It was
day
fun.
Party at 10 p.m.
But it was going all day. I was like the final party that they had. They had 4 parties that day.
Oh shit!
I was the last one. But yeah, I just decided why not. That's only like my second club appearance ever.
Girl, go get your bag though. You know what I mean? I'm being real. Go, listen, you're young. Go get your bag. Like, I don't go out anymore because like, well, first of all, I'm old enough to be your dad, right? Like, and I don't go out because I just don't want to be that old creepy dude. And like, people still think, some people still don't know how old I am. So they think I'm in my like early 30s and shit. And like, it's okay. But like, 2 things. 1, I was in the club business. 2, I just hate being fucking out anymore.
Honestly, you're not really missing anything if you don't pull up to the club. That's what I've learned at a young age. If I'm not there, I'm not meant to be there. And unless I'm getting paid, it's a birthday or
there it is,
an occasion, I would prefer not to be out there.
Okay, so then that jumps right into the next thing. So what do you like to do for fun then?
Like I said, I'm kind of a nerd. I just started learning how to play the piano. I play the piano. I developed a lot of hobbies. In the meantime, I took like a month off of social media, everything, and I just started playing the piano. I write a lot.
Write what?
Like poetry, songs, maybe a couple songs. Here.
You writing a song? I'm about to. Can you write me a rap so I can rap?
I mean, maybe.
No, I'm playing. So
maybe
hold
I can.
On. Let's go back a little bit, right? And one big thing is we all know social media is really important, you know what I'm saying, into people's lives. It's so important that like someone like Nestle or Coca-Cola or United Airlines or Wendy's or fucking Chick-fil-A, they rely on social media, you know what I mean? It's a big part of it. So
it's
for you,
an evolving company that a lot of people have to get hip to for sure.
Right. And, you know, when you start seeing it on the news and newscasters are putting their ads like, oh, follow me at boom. So my question is, you got off social media for a month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you like, that's hard to do. You know what I mean? Like I've done it for like 3 or 4 days. And I think one time I did something for like a week, or I think actually, no, I did it for a week and people bugged the fuck out. They thought I was dead or something. They were tripping. They were like, yo, are you okay? And then but the thing was, I turned my phone off too. So it really scared people off.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I just needed that time for myself because social media can become toxic. And without it, I noticed I was waking up happier.
Really? That's cool.
My mind felt a lot less clouded. I felt a lot less worried about what was going on. I don't need to see what this person decided to put on today or like what this person decided to eat today. But it's also like my news outlet.
Right.
It's what I go to find out what happened when I was asleep, what, I missed. It's my newspaper.
There's a crazy part. On my last episode, I just said when I wake up in the morning, I check Twitter because one, it's 10 times faster than the local news.
I love Twitter.
And Twitter's my favorite app, by the way.
It's like my favorite. I'm sorry.
Twitter's, I know what people say.
Like top
the
for
degenerates, but I get my comedy. I even get my entertainment and comedy
I sit on Twitter and I will always laugh. I know if I go on Twitter, I'm going to laugh at something.
I love you now. So you're just like, first of all, now you're like for real my niece. So going on, when I wake up, I really do check to see what's trending because I'll be like, oh shit, this person died. Or, boom.
Exactly. And it's sad, but it became... I would love to create a social media outlet to where you can control what you see. Okay.
We won't get too deep into this, but I mentioned before, and I'm going to talk about it off recording. I'm about to start a social media app. Like, and I'm not fucking playing.
I would love to create a news outlet to where I can go to see, what happened in the arts category, what happened in the culture, the sneakers, like for instance, the jewelry, what happened with the deaths, but I can control to where I can filter through all the bullshit.
Listen, I'm not bullshitting you. I have the most insane thing that is already about to go beta like this month. I'm going to talk to you about it after. And I definitely want you to fucking get involved in this. So,
because what I notice about social media is that you can't really control what you see. And there's a lot of things on there that I wish that I never see.
Yeah.
And so, everything is on social media. Everyone has social media. I knew that it really took over when my grandma texted me for the first time.
Shit. Yeah,
a month ago. My grandma got an iPhone a month ago. I was like, okay, this is insane.
Now, this is where it gets crazy. I know kids are technology or whatever. And my son was fucking with the iPad a long time. My son I was in China and my son called me. And I said, whoa, shit. So I thought, I saw London. So I thought my wife was calling me. And this is like, he was like 5, right? And he called me and I was like, oh, my wife's her phone's probably being busy. So she's calling me. I was like, babe, what's going on? And he's like, Daddy. And I was like, what? He goes, Daddy, how much money do we have? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hold on. I was like, London, I'm busy. I got to talk to you later. And that.
You have some trouble on your hands.
And so I went to his phone. I checked his phone Sunday. I just did it, just charging it, checked it. And my son has an iPhone 10. So I go into his pictures and he took 100 selfies. He took 30 pictures of his baby sister, my daughter.
And they're all the same, aren't they?
Just like random stuff.
Just a little.
Yeah, a little bit off. He's just funny. But I asked him, I said, who taught you how to do this? And he goes, Grandma. And if you don't know, Filipino people I'm not Filipino, but my wife is part Filipino. Filipino people are addicted to social media, phones and everything. So my mother-in-law, she taught him how to use that shit. It's fucking hilarious.
My brother actually FaceTimed my grandma. She had it up to her ear, and she freaked out when she saw his face on the phone. She said, shit. What? What? She's like, you can see. She does not like to be on the camera. So that she has some learning to do. But
no, yeah, for sure. My mom is kind of like out of it too. She don't get sometimes she thinks she's texting something else. And I'm like, Mom, listen, you have to go to the grocery store and go buy the groceries. You can't text somebody and she didn't get it.
Well, now you can.
No, I'm talking about she thought she was talking to
oh, okay.
She tried to text Trader Joe's. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
She's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm curious, and I'm sure, it's kind of a cross network between mine and yours and whatever, but are you involved? People want to know, I'm saying, they're interested. Mm-hmm. Are you involved in any businesses?
Well, I feel like I am a business. Me as a person has become a business. what people don't know about me is that everyone just assumes that I come from a very wealthy family and that I don't have to work and, I just like live off of this and off of that. But since I was about 15, I've been financially supporting myself. And
15?
Yeah.
God damn.
Just because I would be around people that could do whatever they want, get whatever they want. So I wanted to be able to do that myself.
Right.
So I would make money off of just doing, little Instagram posts. I remember the first Instagram post I got. It's probably for like $300.
Fucking $300 at 15 is like,
15, $300 was enough to, get my nails done, and things weren't as expensive as they are now. There wasn't like the whole getting my lashes and this.
Right.
I grew up also a tomboy. I did not care about that stuff.
Really? I couldn't imagine.
I was
being a
not
tomboy.
girly whatsoever. Like, I was a tomboy. All my friends were boys. I grew up with brothers. I didn't wear makeup until like I was probably 17. So I financially started supporting myself at about 15. And I just like, as my brand grew, I started making a little bit more. I would make like $3,000 for a post.
Right.
And that would last me, at 16, 17, $3,000.
Right. Yeah. Especially if you're smart with it.
It would last me for a minute. And then when I was 18, I signed with my modeling agency.
Yeah.
Wilhelmina in New York. And I never knew what I wanted to do.
Right.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
No, I mean, listen, girl, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do till I was 30.
I'm still just going with the flow, but I've always, since I was about 12 years old, knew that I needed to figure something out. I always had this mindset of, what do I want to do? Putting the intention out there, figuring it out. But what people don't realize is that you don't have to just settle for one thing. You can do everything you want to do. And in the beginning, I used to think, okay, if I'm going to go to college, what's the one thing I want to go to college for? And I would beat myself up over it all the time.
Right.
Until I realized I don't have to just do one. I can do everything. So right now I've just been experimenting, trying. And since I've had that intention out there since I was like 14,
Right.
now it's starting to fall into place.
Well, listen, first of all, I'm like impressed because from afar, and I always wondered who you were, right? And we can get into this in a minute.
Shit, I'm still figuring it out.
No, I'm talking about like who you were just in general, like who you like, where'd you come from, blah blah, whatever. Just the most basic, superficial, stupid questions. And I was like, okay, well, because we have a lot of mutual friends, and I was like, okay. And to tell you the truth was, I had no idea because you seem very quiet. I never really heard you speak before. I'm saying in general.
Yeah, I am a pretty quiet person unless you actually speak to me and get to know me.
Right. And so, I was like, okay. And, and listen, I'm not saying you're not pretty in person. I'm saying you take good pictures and everything else. And I was like, okay. So when you say you're a tomboy, I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? But going on, I was curious, like how because you said you have 3 siblings, right? So that's 4 kids. Listen, I got 3 kids. I don't want to tell you what my bills are like, it's tough. But at the same time, it's different, and today, especially now, you know what I mean? Like $1,000 when I was 16 years old is like $10,000 now, you know what I mean? It's totally different. So you figured out how to hustle, and I admire that. Now, the more that me personally, I'm learning more about you just right now. And I'm like, I'm proud of you. That's fucking dope.
Thank you.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, you've kind of covered it, but like, ideally, in a perfect world, well, actually, let me scroll back real quick. Hold on. Let me backpedal. Sorry, guys. Backpedal real quick. I tell people this all the time. I went to school, 1, because I had a scholarship. I played ball. 2, because I'm from an Asian family that my brother and sister both went to great schools. They're very smart. Asian people are very hard on education. Not saying that black folks aren't or anything else, but it's a different thing. I hated school. If it was up to me again, I would have never went to college. But I had to fulfill their dreams. After that, I was like, fuck this, I'm doing what I want to do. School is not for everyone. And if you listen to what Jordyn said, you can do anything. Now, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something in a specific field, yeah, you may need to go to school to learn that.
I support going to school if you know exactly what you want to go to school for and it's going to help benefit your career. Don't go to school to figure it out.
But if you don't know, and you're going to 4 years and you've wasted fucking $300,000 in school loans and you're not
guaranteed a job after college.
Exactly.
They don't teach you how to pay your bills.
No.
I would love to go back to school though. I would love to get a degree in psychology because I just love knowing how the mind works as well as getting a business degree.
You need to go to City College and get some classes. I'm not letting you go back to a university and put
no. I'm gonna do it on my own time on my computer or something. I cannot go to a college campus anymore.
So fast forwarding now back, since you want to talk about that school thing. So where do you see yourself ideally in a perfect world? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, Ben. If you would have asked me where I saw myself 5 months ago, I couldn't have imagined it would be right here. So 5 years, my life works at a very fast pace. Time goes by, I think in all of our lives right now, extremely fast. So in 5 years, I haven't really thought about this.
You're 21, right?
21.
Okay.
So by 26, 27, I would love to what I noticed about my career is that I want to feel like I'm fulfilling something. And what helps me feel fulfilled is helping people. And I haven't figured out exactly in what way I want to help people because right now I'm just on my hustle, grind mode.
Yeah, you're trying to get
building the foundation to be able to have the leverage to help as many people as I can.
Right.
I think with my whole body positive movement and being confident and stuff that has helped women and other people feel confident about themselves. So I'm somewhat helping people, but not helping them on the scale that I want to.
I mean, just real quick, like, how do you feel about Ashley Graham?
Like, I love Ashley.
Right.
We used to have the same agent, and I've worked with her a couple of times. She's awesome. She's really like doing the thing. I'm so happy that she's pregnant.
Yeah. She's Ashley. If you ever listen to that's congratulations. And I let Ashley rock some jewelry. I met her a couple times. She was really cool.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's cool. She's really did her thing in this industry. She's been in it for so long, and she was really one of the pioneers because she was one of the first curvy girls coming in here and trying to really make her place in the industry when people were not having that at all.
Right.
I came in at a point where it still needs help, but she was doing this way before.
So, okay. This had nothing to do with anything I was even thinking about going with. And I hate, I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about politics because it's just but
it's a very sensitive topic.
They are, and this is even more sensitive, but now that you brought it up, and again, it's nothing against her, against Ash or anything, but I'm just curious, being a person of color, do you ever notice there's a little bit of racism against you when it comes to modeling jobs and stuff?
I think that just
I'm just being real. I'm just curious.
No, I noticed some things about color that, for instance, I grew up in a neighborhood where we were one of the only Black families.
Yeah, hell yeah. I know 1,000 Oaks, a girl and all that shit is.
Yeah, I could name the 2 Black families in the community and we were friends with them.
Yeah.
I went to school. There was only 2 Black girls. It was me and this girl, Leah. Leah is a short, dark-skinned girl. I'm a tall, light-skinned, thick girl. And still some of the teachers would see me in class and be like, Leah. And so that's a few of the only times where I felt the colorism or I felt different because I never really felt like that growing up. And luckily I grew up in a household to where we never really paid attention to color. It wasn't a thing.
No, I'm saying
until recently, being in the industry.
Right.
And seeing how certain things have played out. And for instance, I had my Instagram hiatus and I came back from my hiatus and I had short hair. And everyone was saying, Jordyn's broke now. She can't afford hair extensions.
Oh my God.
First of all, that was a weave that I paid to cut. I paid for long hair just to cut it.
Y'all retarded.
But if I personally feel like if I wasn't a black girl, people wouldn't say, oh, she can't afford hair extensions anymore, call it bad hair.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
You know, like certain things like that, to where I'm like, okay, but see, now I feel what it's like to feel that.
A lot of people today, and this is like, God damn, it's 2019. So like a lot of Asians and white people, or I don't know so many Latinos, but like a lot of Asian white people, they don't know what it's like for a black girl to have hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the music business.
The hair thing is a real.
Oh no, listen. I had a black girl R&B group. You know what I'm saying? So imagine going on tour with them. Listen, I remember their manager telling me like, bro, you about to go on, like, bro, you going on tour with 3 black men. I was like, bro, hold on, let me just stop you real quick. I don't think people even know this and whatever. And that's why, this podcast is semi, like a majority of the girls I dated were either mixed or black. That's what I dated most of my life. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like, that was just what I was around, and it was something I was attracted to and whatever. And my house also was like, well, my mom is definitely old school. My dad was too. But I'm saying like me personally growing into what I never looked. If I didn't like you, it was like, I don't like that guy. Oh, you don't like that guy because he's black? No, I like black people. I don't like him, motherfucker. I don't like her.
Did your parents care about you dating outside of your race?
They didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. In fact, they wanted me to be with like a straight Korean girl, and it just wasn't. I don't think I even dated. Or I even slept. Well, shit, that's fucked. I mean, I don't think I even.
Korean women watching this, so you. No.
Yeah. They used to hate on me. I think like it wasn't until like literally the 2000s, and I went on my first fucking date like in 88 or 80. I'm thinking how long ago that was. I didn't. It didn't until like the 2000, like mid 2000s, that I even went on a date with an Asian girl or even Korean, whatever. So, but going back, the hair thing, like. People they just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that shit is so crazy.
And
like, what
unless
it's like.
you have to have it and deal with it, you don't understand it. And I have struggled with my hair for my whole life because also like my mom being multiracial, her hair is different than mine. And my little sister's hair is different than mine. Everyone, like my little sister's curly hair, but her hair is, thicker than mine, but like finer. My hair is coarser, but it's right. Different. No, everyone's hair is different.
And I'm just saying, it's like to the Asian and white people who listen to my show and my podcast, it's not a joke. That shit is it's
a job.
Yeah, it's a whole world of itself. And it's fucked up that they say that type of shit.
No such thing as like a wash and go. I mean, you can wash and go, but for me, if I'm washing my hair and leaving, it's still going to take me like an hour or two to make sure it looks right. It's not just like a hop out the shower, leave the house. But it's a sensitive topic for women, and not just like black women. There's so many other women with different hair struggles.
No, of course. I mean, there's Dominican and Puerto Rican women who have.
Yeah. Like there's so many different, but like me talking about the colorism and everything. I said that publicly one time and people were like, oh, Jordyn just said she realized what it's like being a black woman. And I'm saying that's not the whole point of me saying that I just discovered I was a black woman. No, it's that I didn't have to feel, like everything I say has been kind of taken out of context because it's easier to create a story with that. But with me explaining that example, it just shows like, okay, I do understand who I am like in this position, and that I can really feel it. And I don't know how to explain it the right way without people taking it.
Listen. My entire life has been taken out of context. So even if you can't articulate it the proper way, just say it. Fuck it. Just spit it out, and we'll go through it. It's just like,
no, I've been black my whole life. I know what it's like to be black. I just didn't have to be in the spotlight and understand fully until recently when I got things like, oh, she has bad hair now. She can't afford extensions. Oh, she's doing this. She's in the homeless shelter. Like
homeless shelter. What the fuck?
I got ran through the mud for. I mean,
wow.
it's all
sorry.
good.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good. I mean,
but let me ask you a question. Like, I'm so scared for my kids to grow up, right? Like I'm petrified for them to go to high school.
I don't even have kids, and I'm scared.
No, I'm saying like I watch Euphoria. You ever watch that show?
I finished that show.
And that motherfucking show fucked me up, right? I love Zendaya. It's like that show really
she killed that.
Yeah, she killed that shit. She killed it. And like Zendaya reminds me of, well, not fuck it, let me roll back. But I'm saying like just certain mannerisms, certain things like this kind of geeky thing is like, that's how my oldest son is. My middle son, Ryder, he's gonna be a player.
He got the swag.
Like he's just like
Is he the one that asked you how much money you got?
No, that was my older son. But my middle son is the one like, yo, daddy, we taking a Ferrari today? Which car? I'm like, yo, listen, can we not talk about this right now? But my middle son is like, it's embarrassing, you know, like my wife, I have a friend over and she's like a pretty girl and she'll be like being a bikini. And my son would be like, oh, and he'll like hug up on her and notice she has big boobs or something and be like, oh, it's so soft. My wife would be like, yo, this is your son right here. This is really your son.
You're like, the older one got his mother's personality.
Yeah, he's just really chill. So going on, I mean, what I'm trying to say is at your age, you live in that text age where you don't call people, you guys want to text and you're like, sort of like in this weird thing. That's what I generalize it.
Definitely.
But you seem like, listen, man.
I'm too old school for these fools.
No,
I'm going to be honest with
I'm an OG. So like, sometimes I do want to go through the phone and knock someone the fuck out. But at the same time, like a lot of times I'm like, man, fuck it. When I have time though, I love to just torment people and I'll troll and whatever. But at the same time, like, how do you, like, that's crazy because like one time I was on your page and I was like, oh shit, like there's some motherfuckers really like just saying some left field shit. And
they go off.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, you know what? I'm about to go defend her. And then I realized, you know what?
But no, I'm not about to crossfire.
Yeah, I'm not getting this shit. But so like, with that said, you deal with the hate so well, you know. And again, you talk about your mom. Listen, man, it's Elizabeth, right? Listen, shout out to Elizabeth Woods. Yo, your mom is so cool. She's such a sweetheart, and like, just even a little bit I talked to her, she's so dope and everything.
She's a real one,
and she fucking did a hell of a job with you. And that leads me into the next thing. Like, what's the biggest misconception about you?
The biggest misconception about me. A lot of people, they see what they see on social media. I don't show my personality. I don't show much. People are like, oh, she has no personality. They say a lot of bullshit. Right. They say, but anyone that gets to know me is like, that's not you. Fuck them. But no, I don't show that much on social media. So people don't know that like, I have a lot of hobbies. I do a lot of creative shit. I like am low-key a nerd.
I would have never thought the nerd thing and the piano and all that shit and writing poetry.
Like, I actually I do a lot of shit, and I'm always working on something.
Are you a mentor to your little sister? Like, do you help her out? Like, do you like?
Yeah, my little sister and I like recently. There's a big age gap, and so growing up, I love my little sister. She's my twin. She stresses me out because 12 years old now is not 12 years old what it used to be.
No, she must be.
Like yesterday, she was out and she texted me because I was going to pick her up. And she's like, oh, by the way, I took your Chanel bag. I don't want you to be mad. And I was I was like, oh my, it's starting early.
No, my wife would have whooped, like my daughter better not take her Chanel bag.
I for sure had some words with her.
Yeah.
But my sister, she's like the mini me, and it stresses me out because she skipped that awkward phase. She did not have that tomboy phase that I had.
Oh, wow.
And I have two brothers. My older brother, he's an artist. He's super talented, and I just wish that he would like get out there more because he just did this tattoo on my arm.
Your brother did that?
Yeah, my brother is so talented.
That's fucking dope. I actually noticed it when I first met you. I was like, oh shit, that shit is.
Yeah, he's super.
Listen,
clean.
I'm a tattoo dude. Like I work with the best on the earth.
You should see you should see his stuff. He's super clean.
That's cool.
He does like the best. His best work is portraits.
So you guys can't see obviously because it's a fucking, and I don't want to do a video podcast. So stop fucking asking for that shit.
You're not getting no video,
motherfucker. I'm in motherfucking house shorts. I'm wearing fucking slides. Like I'm really on some. Jordyn came here all fancy, and no, I'm playing.
I'm in the sweats, the sweatshirt, the
socks. The tattoos is script. It's super clean. The font's clean. And the lines are clean, which is really hard to do when you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah, he's super dope. I grew up in a very creative household. And people don't really get to see my family, which it's kind of like my special like private.
My wife don't
safe
post
haven.
My wife don't post no bags. She don't post like my wife really don't. She posts the kids. She don't post no materialistic shit. She don't post no cars. And it's just like people are like wondering, and it's just never been my wife, you know. And people don't know. Like my wife was a joke. Listen, now I'm old. Now I'm showing my age. She hid for like 10 minutes behind a wall. I was taking a shower. I got ready. I got dressed. I put lotion on myself. And she hid behind the fucking wall for like 10, 15 minutes so she could scare me. And I threw my back out. And she thought it was fucking, she thought it was funny. And I was like, yo, that shit is not that funny. But my wife is a joker. She's fun.
I would do some shit like that, honestly. Yeah, no, people don't really know me and they'll get to know me, but I love just working on anything.
I'm excited for you.
Directing, producing, everything. So I'm excited to finally branch out and show people my more creative side and what they don't get to see. And, you don't need to see they think I have a very dry personality. And I'm okay with that.
No, you know what? It's good because you kept it very mysterious. And then when I met you, I was like, oh, shit. Well, first of all, please tell the listeners how tall you are.
I am a 5'8.5". With heels on, I'm probably solid 5'10", 5'11".
No, with heels on, you're like 6 feet, 6'1", like real heels. Like you're
with real heels, I'm like 6 feet, and I'm tall. Yeah, people don't know.
I'm 6 feet, and I'm tripping because I had no idea you were that fucking tall. Mm-hmm. So like, I just was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like I was like blown away. So with all that said,
my little sister is like a 12, and she's almost my height.
Holy shit, she's gonna be tall.
She's gonna be.
Well, how tall are your brothers?
My brother's 6'3", and my other brother is 6'2".
Shit, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, we have a tall family, except my mom's short, so I don't know.
No, that's cool.
She missed that.
So let's get into some like important shit. Like let's get into the real, like super important questions.
The real tea. What's the real?
So like, so are you single or are you dating someone? Are you?
I'm really in a relationship with myself right now.
Okay. Have you dated in the last couple years?
Yeah, I had like a full relationship that no one knows about.
Okay. Cool.
I had a full boyfriend and everything, and I never went public, never posted it. Like we were together for like 8 months, I think, 9 months.
So let me ask you a question. Like, cause you're younger and I'm fucking so out the game. I don't know.
By the way, no one knows that so this is new.
Cool. So let me ask you a question. Like, how is it dating now? Is it like, are men intimidated by you? Like, are you like,
Yeah, men are definitely intimidated by me. But I'm when people get to know me, I'm very nice, very friendly. I love meeting new people. I love mingling. I love, seeing what people have to say. But most of these guys don't have shit to say. And so that's why I'm like...
Hold on. I have to ask this shit because it's like, listen, man. And this is so crass. I'll be like, why the fuck did you ask that question? Like, yo, listen, please tell me. Motherfuckers send you dick pics and DMs. Like, they just...
Honestly, if a random account's just sending me a picture, I know that I'm not going to open it.
I'm talking about the people. Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry.
But I've never actually had a guy that I knew who that was send me just a random dick pic. I would feel extremely violated.
Oh my God, so fucking
that
funny.
Would be like the end of the conversation.
Listen, you ain't got to get specific. I'm just curious. Like I'm curious. Like my listeners are curious. Like, have any celebrities slid in your DMs before? No.
There's probably some right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, my DMs are popping. I can't lie to you. But like I said, nobody has shit to talk about. No, so
listen, I'm a 40.
Oh yeah, there's a couple right here. But
look at that.
I'll keep it.
No, you ain't. Listen, I don't want to know, and I want to get nobody in trouble. But the fucking crazy thing is, there was this chick, right? And I'm talking like she had the most craziest looking ass I've seen in my entire life. Now, I don't think she had implants, but she just went too crazy with the fat transfer. And she had like, first of all, if she had no boobs and no booty, she has a very nice body. This girl had like abs and everything, right? And she has like maybe 300,000 followers, whatever. And she just only posts pictures of bikinis. She has like 700 C's. Like she has a triple D boob job. It looks crazy.
I like that you know the size of the implant.
Well, I used to be like, I'm a boob man. But like, anyways, she's like gigantic fucking triple D's. She has crazy injected butt. And the thing that's crazy is she only posts pictures of really, really skimpy bikinis and stuff, right? And so like, of course, motherfuckers is going to slide in. Not me. I'm just saying. People slide in DMs, and she started putting them on blast. All the celebrities.
Oh gosh!
And I'm like, man, girl,
why
listen,
would you do that?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's so corny to me. It's so corny.
But like, okay, so
I would be hype if like Bill Nye slid into my DMs. And I'm sorry, Bill Nye, if you're married or something right now. I don't know. Like, I'm sorry
shit.
I didn't. No, but I just mean like if someone like not many people impress me or excite me, but like. if someone's super cool like him.
Okay, so why does he impress you? Tell me what's like.
I like smart people.
That's cool. That's dope.
Yeah, and I don't.
So if he drove a Prius, you still fucking with him?
You want to know what's crazy? I saw Bill Nye and he was driving a Prius.
Shut the fuck up. I just said that out of nowhere.
No, I saw him on the street probably 3 years ago. He's walking down the street and I really wanted a picture with him. I've never asked one person for a picture ever.
Wow.
All the people I've met, I've never asked anyone for a picture.
That is hilarious. Okay, so.
And I didn't get my picture. He kind of ran away.
But you don't have a preference, right? Like, you don't like, it's not like, okay, well, I like white guys, I like black guys.
No, not at all. I like what I like. And for me, personality is a big thing. And since I'm a tall girl, I prefer height.
Right. But hold on, listen. So, but like, what if there was like a 6'3" Asian dude that was cute and you liked him? He was smart, and obviously Asian guys are smart anyway. Would you give him a chance or no?
I've like talked to an Asian guy before. Well, he was like kind of mixed, like mixed Asian, not full Asian. But
oh shit,
I'll give people a chance. But these days, I haven't really given anyone a chance because
no, I understand that you need to like.
It's not worth my time. But I'm bored right now, so I'm like kind of just like, maybe I'll give somebody a chance. But then I try and I'm get into hard, like right? one text and I'm like, no,
yeah,
especially. I was just having this conversation because I just went to go see my grandparents and they're going on their 60th anniversary. Like they're about to, in November will be their 60th anniversary.
60th married?
Yep.
Shit.
Imagine being married for 60 years. Yeah.
No, that's
and
crazy.
I'm just saying nowadays, I don't know if anyone will make it that far.
But you know what though? You can't like, that doesn't mean you can't go out and try. Like you know, like
I for sure would love to try, but I don't think that my generation even thinks of marriage that much anymore.
I read some articles about that and reasons why and certain things. Well, first of all, it's people don't realize this. Like I even heard it late in life and certain things like, but like it costs money to be married. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you got to have money and whatever, you know, so you see someone's married, you know, they can't be, you know, completely broken. That's not true. Sometimes you can see when someone just went to the courthouse, but I mean like, you know, like it's not cheap, you know, and with that said, you know, we've been married for 7.5 years, right? We've been together almost 10, right? And I waited until like late in life.
I don't believe in rushing it at all.
Like I was 39 when I got married. I was 39 for having my first kid. And like, I was like, listen, I'm immature as it is. Like, you know, my wife is 10, almost 11 years younger than me. Like I wanted to make sure that I was like, this was it. You feel me? Like I was in no rush. And like for women, it's different because
we need to start having kids.
Biological kids,
like, you can have a kid at any age as a male, pretty much.
My boy had a kid at 51 and like, I didn't know until my wife told me. It is not fair. My wife told me, like, for instance, Gabrielle Union. Me and Gabrielle Union been friends for 24. No, shit. I mean, people know her age, but I mean, me and Gabrielle Union know each other for like almost 30 years. We've been friends for a long time. And like, you know, I never want, that's like I feel like I could ask Gabrielle anything. Like I could ask her, and she's been cool. She's one of the coolest fucking people I know in the world.
She seems awesome. Yeah, I don't know her personally.
But like, you know, like,
I'm so happy she had her.
Yeah. You know, and shout out to Nikki. Her nickname is Nikki because, first of all, I don't know how the fuck, but her friends call her Nikki. Her middle name is Monique, and I guess Nick. I don't know. So Nikki, shout out to Gabrielle. She had her baby, and like
her baby's so cute.
So cute. And like, you know, I didn't know this until my wife told me. After 34, it's considered high risk.
Yep.
After 38, you know, you could have like autism and Down syndrome and all this and this and this. And that's why like...
And it's really hard for your body to recover after having a child.
That's why there's so many celebrities who have in vitro. It's expensive, whatever. So going on, you know, like, just, that's just crazy, right? And it's not fair. But when it comes to like being fair and the things are today, like, and we're still talking about dating. Like, let's say you're on a date, okay? And you guys go to fucking, no, not Nobu, because that's
I was about to say Nobu.
No, I'm gonna say Nobu. Like, so let's just say okay, let's just say you guys are at, I know it's not the most romantic place, but let's just say you guys are at Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, I'll get down there too. I'm not bougie.
Okay, so like you go to Cheesecake Factory, and the bill comes, and like, okay, who pays?
Well, if you're inviting me on the date, you should pay for it.
Okay, let's say
especially if we're at Cheesecake.
Yeah. Me personally, I feel like a guy just always should pay.
I just feel like that's if you're inviting a woman somewhere, you should take care of it.
Okay, so on the third date, let's say you're like, oh, you know what? I want to go to Nobu. Can you take me to Nobu? Like you ask me, can you take me to Nobu? And then like the bill comes and it's $350. Like, what do you do?
Sometimes I'll sneak and I'll pay for it too.
Okay,
like I
look at you.
Like I got it too. I don't need you to pay for it. I do like someone that can take care of me because I want to know that if I'm with you, we both can have something to contribute. You don't have to take care of everything all the time.
No, I feel you.
But
you're a rare individual. You seem like an amazing person, and that's just. Listen, I haven't had too many girls who've paid for a meal with me.
Yeah, that's just like not how. I mean, at least that's not how.
Like
I feel like my parents raised.
No, for sure. My wife had a successful bikini line before we like, but at a certain point, I was like, hey, babe, listen, man, that's cool, and I know you made some money, but I'd rather you just not work. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, you want me to get my dreams? I'm like, no, it's not that. It's like, I got you. Like, like I got you. Like, you're good. Like, you ain't worried about it. You're good. And like, she does so much on a daily that like, I don't want her to work. But what I'm saying is like, that's dope that you feel that way. And me personally, which is a weird thing, like, I don't think I could be with a girl who made more money than me. It just would fuck me up, like that would.
The dominance thing, it's like the power. Males have such egos, and when you have someone that makes more money than you, the ego gets in the way. Just naturally, the male ego can be very destructive.
My ego is the worst thing I ever had in my life.
I mean,
I used to have an ego.
Look at the flashy cars and the chains.
I don't even want no chains like that no more. I'm so over that.
The ego's killed. But back in the day, there was for sure a big ego.
Well, hold on. Okay, when did you first hear of me?
Well, besides the countless rap songs that I've grown up hearing your name in, I feel like I'm around the same people that you're around.
Right.
So I just see you around.
Facts.
Obviously, Ben Baller did the chain.
Right. But I mean, so you've heard of me and then like whatever, like what did you think of me? Just like, would you be like, did you ever think like, this guy must just be such a fucking weirdo, or he must be such a douchebag, or must be,
I just felt like we probably would. I'm not a judgmental person at all. I just feel like I like to get to know people before I judge them. But I didn't know what we would ever have a conversation about.
Right.
If I saw you in passing, I would say what's up, but I didn't think I'd be sitting here talking
me neither.
to you on this podcast.
For sure.
And that we can actually relate on multiple different things.
I'm fucked up because I knew you were really cool off the first meeting you and stuff and everything, but now I'm like, and again, I never judged. I just, and I judge people. I'm letting you know I judge people.
Yeah, but most people probably judge me naturally.
But I didn't after like, okay, whatever incident, I still didn't judge you. I was kind of like, damn, I'm wondering like, it just, because again, like I said, you left such a fucking, mysterious, like.
Yeah, I'm a very private person.
Yeah,
I don't share my relationships, anything before this.
So that's cool. I mean, well, before I get into the next question, like, is there anything you want to ask me?
So I kind of got the backstory now. You grew up in LA. Mm-hmm. What was your big break? What was your, what got you into this?
You know what's crazy? Because people ask that question in so many different ways, but they never asked it like that.
I didn't know you played basketball. That's something like Ben Baller is not because he's balling. It's because he's actually on the court.
Yeah. But that was like, okay, so like I was always an athlete.
So where did you go to college?
Let me rewind. So I got a scholarship playing football first at Cal Berkeley, UC Berkeley, so Division I.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to get into that in one of the episodes because we're going to talk about the racism shit that I felt with. Could you imagine an Asian dude playing football?
Or basketball?
Yeah, I mean both. So I was the first Asian in my university ever play basketball and football. So like when I did see an Asian person, like I gravitated towards them. Like I said, what's up? And like whatever. So
but could they relate to you the same way?
Totally different. Because look, you're young. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine like think about even in your father's era, or your dad's era, or your mom's era.
That time.
Now imagine but imagine that, right? And then what you know of me now, okay? And imagine you're not very old. You're really young. Imagine every Asian person you've ever met. Have you ever met anybody that you could think of that had the story of mine, like mine?
Not an Asian person, not a black person, a white person, no one, no.
So going on, like I played sports and like, anyway, so that was like part of my swag. I didn't want to go to college because there was a dude I went to high school with who became stupid successful. He's like enormous monster in the game now. His name is Guy Osiri, and went to school now. He's head of Maverick, and that's Madonna's company. He ran. Okay. He took everything. I can't even tell you, the dude's resume is crazy and
legit.
I
feel like your era has a lot more like legends and icons than mine. Well, I know it's weird to say.
Let them marinate a little bit, but yeah, I think like I see a lot of regurgitated, like remixed. People redoing a story, and I'm like, yo, dog, we don't see that. Where's some new shit? Like, besides Tyler, it's so few people that I can see redoing it. But going on, I had the basketball part, right? I had hip hop in my blood then, and everything else. I was in the music business. I worked with Dr. Dre. I worked with Denzel Washington. He was one. I worked with a lot of cool people. I think with all those cool experiences, I just learned how to be an entrepreneur. I learned how to be a hustler on the street.
But how did you even get to know those people? Like, how did you...
Let me get started. Remember I told you a little bit ago I DJ'd Jada Pinkett's birthday party, right? Mm-hmm. So that bar, restaurant, club was owned by a lot of celebrities. It was owned by Brad Johnson, who's like Eddie Murphy's best friend. He's also like this guy was a socialite in the black community. He owned a soul food restaurant called Georgia, and was like, your mom and dad been there. Your dad definitely, rest in peace, your dad's been there before. Mm-hmm. Will's been there. Everyone's been there. And this was like the most poppin' restaurant. They had the Black Grammy party, the Black Oscar party, and I was a DJ for these parties. Mm-hmm. The reason I got that job was because I saw Denzel on the street, and he was walking across the street. Spike Lee used to have a store called 40 Acres and a Mule on Melrose, right between Poinsettia and Alta Vista.
What a time to be alive!
It was a dope time. And I ran up to him, and he was walking out of his Porsche. And I was like, listen. I know you like hip hop, and I got a CD, I got a mixtape. And like, I want to play this mixtape. He's like, okay, what the fuck you want? Like, why? And I'm like, because you're opening up a new spot. I know you're going in there right now. And I want to give you this because I want to be a DJ for your spot. And he's like, well, it's not really a nightclub. I'm like, no, but I know you're going to have music. Just let me do it. If I'm not dope and the tape don't move you, then I'll DJ for a year for free. So sure enough, like a week and a half or so, which felt like 10 years, mm-hmm. I get a call back from Tish.
And you didn't have like Instagram or like anything?
Instagram.
No,
there wasn't even a cell phone back then. If you had a cell phone, it was like...
So how did he get in a hold of you?
I had a pager.
Okay.
So I get a page, contact this girl, and she said, you're on, come in this Friday. That Friday night, I go in, and Queen Latifah's having a party there. And this is when she was probably enormously popping, like Set It Off
days.
Like, but I mean, like, not just that. She had In Living Single. She had like mm-hmm. TV shows. She had, like, she was popping. She had a party there, and then all of a sudden, all these huge celebrities start coming in there. Tupac and everything. Jada.
That's crazy.
And so I actually met, how crazy is this? Holy fucking shit. I met Tupac for the first time at Jada's party, and then that's how we became cool. And her and Jada were super close. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that until, I didn't know that then. He was just chilling underneath the DJ booth, just posted. I was like, oh shit, that's mm-hmm. Pac. One night, Dr. Dre came into the restaurant.
That's crazy. This is just crazy. I feel like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. So Dr. Dre came in actually several times. He was coming with Suge, and one night he came in, and it was the night that all the owners decided to go to Vegas, and they said, don't play no motherfucking hip hop. I don't want no gangster shit. I don't want no fucking drive-by shootings in here. And my boy was a part owner, and I was like, I beg you to God, please. I don't want to play no rock and roll in this motherfucker. I don't want to play any more Earth and Wind and Fire. Let me just please handle it.
Let me go off real quick.
Yeah, let me go off. So I go off, and I take a break. I go downstairs, and I sit at the bar next to Dre. And Dre comes up to me, and he goes, man, hold up. How the fuck do you know about this music? What you know about that music? And we end up talking. We exchanged numbers. I'll never forget, he was drinking a Long Island iced tea. And I tried to pay for his drink because I had juice at the bar. So I was like, yo, boom. He's like, come on, man. Like, Dre was already beyond legendary stuff. This guy's been legend like 5 times in his life. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
5 eras.
I'm like broke, like just DJing is paying, for my rent and stuff. So I was like, we connected. And then from there, I ended up getting a job. And then from there, like I just kept climbing and I kept meeting people. And I had a lot of people like, oh, fuck you, you're a clown. No, fuck this dude. What does the Chinese dude know about hip hop? Well, actually, I'm Korean. Okay, what does Koreans know? All right, fuck you.
I have a question. So if you were to be born in this era, do you feel like you could have done what you did in the past?
Okay, so there's two ways about this. If I was born in this era and I had everything I had from before, I think I'd be a billionaire right now. I'd be a famous rapper. I'd be a famous actor and I'd own like 10 companies. Now, if you're talking about me being born in this era and having the confidence I have and having the smarts I have, but not having those experiences, man, no, it would be, it's the competition now is crazy, right? Like, because there are a lot of people who are talented who just get overlooked. And
for sure, because you might not have the right image or like the right amount of followers or the right amount of, or the swag. Or
we just got into this whole jewelry beef thing, and like technically, before I became a jeweler, I knew nothing about it until my cousin and my uncle kind of showed me the ropes, and then I learned the game, and I said, listen, I don't want to just be...
So your cousin and your uncle were into jewelry, and that's what got you into it?
Well, they didn't get me into it. They were asking me to get into it when I was already in the music business, but I had just broken off a relationship. Well, my ex-fiance, the only other one I've ever been engaged to, she caught me cheating, and so she left me. And I went through like a crazy state of depression. And on top of that, I was like, yo, I just became a millionaire. So I'm going to go and have fun and go travel the world. And
I have a question. Do you think that this is, okay, you're not going to give me an honest answer. I'm not talking about the married ones. Do you think that all men cheat? I always ask my guy friends this.
Shit, man.
Because...
Not the married ones, right? Just the ones that are in relationships.
I'm just saying that because you're married and like, you know, I know you're faithful to your wife, but do you feel like...
I mean, I just think of that Lil Duval song, Black Men Don't Cheat. But you know what? I know it sounds crazy. And listen, this sounds so racist, right? I don't really know too many Asian guys who cheat.
Okay, so you're saying go Asian.
Right. You know,
is there an Asian motto? Asian persuasion.
Yeah, I don't really know. But to be honest with you, I think it's 50-50. You know, I think it's just in some people to cheat in certain things and whatever. I don't know. It's weird. You know, and then I remember going back to Gabrielle. Gabrielle used to say, look, it don't mean shit until you marry and at the ring and blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck.
I don't, you know? I honestly don't agree with that, because if there's a ring, what?
No, I know. You should listen, you should respect somebody's feelings and everything else, and I get it.
I just think nowadays everything's so accessible. It's so easy. You can go to a city, DM someone, they're at your hotel within an hour. You leave.
Damn,
that's it. I'm just saying, I'm in this dating pool right now, and it's filthy. It's like
I can't imagine. I'm scared for my kids. And like I
what's his name? Ryder
in London.
You know, Ryder's about to be up in the DMs.
Ryder's already DMing girls right now.
He's already in it.
He's so funny.
You know, my dad has been baller, right? Okay, cool.
So funny. He's so crazy. But no, you know, I've done so many interviews, right? I've done the Breakfast Club. I've done everything. No one's ever asked me that question about, you know, how do I feel like men cheat? Like it fucked me up. It's kind of made me think. And like, so like with that said and all that, I got to ask you. So who's up right now? Hot girls or city boys?
I mean, the city boys, they had their time, but obviously it's a hot girl summer forever. Damn. And I think that
like you're actually, your role is important in this now. I've seen you with like, you know, Meg, you know.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a real hot girl.
Right. But so are you now. You like...
Yeah, her and I get along very well. We get along very well.
You're a hot girl. First of all, how the fuck did you guys even meet?
An unintentional hot girl. So what people don't know about me is like, I'm really into music. And like there's certain songs like Khalid Location, that song I found it had like 200 plays. Now that song is like...
Hold on, wait a second. You said what now?
So like, you know, Khalid.
Yeah, I know.
Location,
I love the song.
I found it when it had like 200 plays.
Like you really found it at 200 plays?
I found it on SoundCloud at 200 plays.
Like I even found it and it was low, and it was at 1 million. That was like low.
No. I found it at 200 plays. I found like Bryson Tiller Don't at like probably 5,000 plays.
Holy
like,
shit.
I'm really into
Those are two people who really came out of nowhere. Like I didn't know who Bryson Tiller was until Fabulous did his he did this summer shootout mixtape, and I was like, wait a second, this dude is really... And then like,
Bryson, if you hear this, we need more music.
By the way, them motherfuckers like there's so few R&B artists that really get like he's dope.
But I can my music is something that I'm really, really into, and I pay attention to a lot of artists, and just like especially R&B. I love R&B.
I love R&B too.
There's some really dope female artists right now, but like I said, I would love... That's something else.
So you found Meg early.
So I found Meg. I found her freestyles early. So I've been hip to her for a second, and I started following her, and out of nowhere, I feel like she blew up. And you know when you just have those Instagram friends where you just show love to each other.
For sure.
And so she showed love to me, and then basically I DM'd her first, I think, and I was like,
oh, dope.
I was like, you like are in your own lane right now. I don't feel like there's anyone.
She really did come out. It was really something totally.
Yeah, I felt like she was in her own lane, so I hit her up, and then she hit me. She was in LA. I was gonna be in the Hot Girl Summer video. I ended up missing the video shoot.
Oh fuck.
But we linked up after.
Right.
And we just like genuinely became friends. It wasn't on some like, we just get along.
That's dope. That's dope. So going back to music, I'm sorry, like, okay, the hot girls are up, cool. Guys, actually, no, I'm going to say that. I don't know who the fuck is up. If I say that, then we're in trouble.
City boys, y'all, what are y'all doing right now? Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Who are your favorite musicians? Because I'm interested now that you said music. I wasn't going to talk about music.
Oh, it's so hard. I can't pick a favorite. As for like R&B female, I really like Ari Lennox right now. I don't know if you've heard of Ari.
I think she signed to DreamWorks.
She was on Dreamville. Yeah, she was in J. Cole's new project.
I didn't even know who she was until Kevin Durant. He showed me. And I was like, yo, is this shit dope? And then I DM'd and Kevin was like, motherfucker, you better go. And I downloaded it. Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, Ari's really dope. She's someone else I want to link up with because she's cool. We're like fake Instagram friends too right now. Summer Walker.
I don't really know Summer like that.
She's cool.
Okay, how about like old school? Like
old school.
80s, 90s, like
80s, 90s. So growing up, there was always music playing in my house. Like always old R&B, like right. Donnell Jones,
of course.
Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff. Who else did I grow up on?
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that you even listen to SoundCloud because, like, my wife doesn't even know what the fuck SoundCloud is. She listens to Spotify and Pandora and stuff. And, like, SoundCloud's when you really do find somebody before. Well, that's
when I, like 2 years ago, I was really deep into...
What do you think of Tory Lanez?
Tory Lanez. I think he's cool. He has some hits. I haven't really deep dived into his music too much.
Like, I just found a new artist. I never heard of her in my entire life, ever. But because I'm friends with Tyga, like I heard this Doja Cat, is it?
Yeah, Doja Cat. I've been on to Doja Cat for a long time. She had this song back like years ago called So High.
Never heard of this girl before in my life. And she's like trending like 2 days in a row.
Oh, her video was dope. She just came out with this video with Tyga in the song.
Right. I just was like, I have no idea who. I was like, who the fuck? Do you like that?
She had the song So High. That was so good.
I still haven't listened to that girl, Billie, is it Eilish?
Billie Eilish.
Eilish.
She's super cool too. I went to Coachella and I listened to her music a little bit, but when I saw her perform live, I was like, okay, she's special.
And I gotta fuck with her. Going back, it's so crazy. You know what? I just realized this right now. I'm not sure, but I'm almost sure. So I went to Coachella with Kid Cudi.
I love Cudi.
We just did his chain.
He's like one of my favorite artists.
I just did his chain. I did a crazy chain for him, and I went to the first week with him. I think you were in the family pit with us. Okay. Yes. I didn't want to say hi to you, and I didn't know
I had my mask on, my hood on, my glasses
you had something
on.
But because Jaden came into the dressing room, he came to the trailer, and we were talking, and I remember seeing you. But then I thought
I was with Jaden. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were. It was like you had a group, and put it this way, when you guys walked out of the group, there was like 6 people. You know what I'm saying? So like you took over the entire area.
We are
the
huge
friends and family
Cudi fans.
So my question is this: if listen, I know I don't ever introduce myself to nobody because I keep to myself. I was by myself in there. Well, I was Cudi's manager for a minute. Dennis, shout out to Dennis. But like if I walked to you, was like, hey, how you doing? My name is Ben. I'm just wanted to say hi. Like, what would you have said to me?
Hey Ben, what's up? I see you all the time. I see you work. That's tight. Like,
oh, okay. I should have said hi to you.
Yeah, I'm like people are scared to walk up to me, but once people meet me, like even if a random person comes up to me, I treat everyone the same. I treat everyone like I know them. Like girls will come up to me at the airport. Jordyn, I'm like, hey, what's up? Nice to see you. Like I'm super normal.
Don't
super
get mad
regular.
At me. Like I said, you're cool, and you didn't seem like. But I did think maybe I was like, you know what? She might just think she's too fucking cool and she might be a bitch.
Nah, I honestly was kind of insecure at Coachella because, well, I was with my family. I was just like with my whole family.
There was a girl who looks just like you. Is that your sister?
That was my little sister.
But she looks like she's fucking 20 years old.
She does. It's scary. But we just went on our family stuff because Jordyn, he didn't headline, but he performed Coachella.
But he was one of the big guys there, definitely. And plus, because
he killed the performance.
Dude, he brought a Tesla out, so people were like tripping.
Growing up, like he always wanted to make music, and one of his career highlights was like, I need to perform at Coachella. So he finally performed at Coachella.
That was his first time?
Yes.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
So,
because he's
we brought the whole family out.
But because he's Will's son, I kind of was like, no, listen, because he was Will's son, I was kind of like, all right, let me judge this fool. One time I pulled up to Conway Studios, and this was years ago, and Bieber was picking up a chain. Well, I was dropping a chain off to Bieber, and he played me this Drake instrumental that him and Jordyn went over.
Oh, I know exactly. Oh, right? I'm so upset that never released because that was like my favorite.
Yo, this motherfucker Jordyn was spitting.
That's so crazy that you've heard that because no one knows that exists and no one has heard it. And they
went over the Drake November from So Far Gone. They went over the beat.
You know that,
and they went in.
I can't believe you know that. And I asked Jordyn recently. I'm like, do you know where the hell that is? Because I need to hear that.
I just reconnected with Bieber again. I'm making chain for Bieber right now. And I heard the song years ago. And when I heard it, I said, that's Jordyn rapping with you.
And that was Jordyn when he was...
Regardless.
Little.
Them motherfuckers was spitting.
No.
Great. That was 5 years ago. It was spitting.
I wish I had that. That's so crazy that you heard that.
That shit was crazy. So now another very important question. And I'm just, I just want your opinion.
Okay.
What do you think about the cucumber challenge?
That shit's nasty. I just think that as, to each his own, do what you got to do, but at least leave something to the imagination. And if you want to do that in your own time, in your own bedroom.
Yeah. I mean, it's just your personal opinion. It's just disrespectful, like, to women, don't you think? Like,
I just think that we don't have to do that. If you want to, that's up to you, but it's not a good look, ladies. It is not a good look. You will not catch me doing that in private or in public.
I just wanted your personal opinion. So
it actually makes me feel very uncomfortable every time I scroll across it.
I just can't. I mean, like, whatever. Anyway.
I mean, I'm sure it's entertaining for men and stuff, but like, I don't
know, man. I just feel like it's
kind of like, don't you want to leave something to the imagination?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, so
I mean, if you're skilled, but no.
Going on, but is there anything on your bucket list that you want to do? Like, do you have like the top one or two things that you have on a bucket list that you want to do before you leave this earth?
I want to skydive because it's probably something I'm most scared to do in life. So I just want to do it just to prove to myself that I can do what I'm most scared of. Bucket list. I would love to have kids.
I was just going to. It was fucking literally at the end of my tongue. I was just about to ask you.
I'm kind of psychic a little bit.
Crazy. So you do want to have kids? That's dope.
Yeah, I want to start kind of young. I'm not in a rush because I don't even have the person I want to have children with. But
I got so lucky with my wife. My wife, she was 28. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, this is perfect. Because my wife could still be let's say when my kids were in junior high, my wife would still be like, yo, I'm a MILF, boom. She's
exactly.
She could still be cool.
I want to be able to, still go out with my kids if I want to. My mom will come to the club with me sometimes.
Oh shit, your mom is so dope.
It's so funny. I would love to be able to keep up with my kids and also raise them, know that they're good, and still have time for myself to do whatever I want to do. So right. I grew up in a big family.
Yeah, no, sounds like
so
it.
I want to
sounds like you guys are really close too, which is
yeah,
dope.
we're super close. We're all super close. So I would love to have at least 3 kids, and I don't want to start too late because I want to keep up with them. So
no, I feel you. I that's one thing I regret, but it had to be with the right woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
but for you,
I wish
you still could have kids now if you want to.
I'm not having no more motherfucking kids. I'm fuck that. I'm about to get anyways. So listen, we're about to wrap up. I have one last question for you. And it's just a real simple question, but because you're the only guest I'd have was a jeweler. And I don't plan on having a lot of guests, but one thing with me is music's obviously very important in my life, but food is really important. So I'm just curious, what is your favorite restaurant in LA?
I always eat the same shit all the time. I love sushi. I love Matsuhisa. It's like classic.
Super OG. Fucking been around for 30 years.
If you don't know about it, it's Nobu's original restaurant, his first restaurant ever.
People don't even know that's his fucking last name, and it kind of bothers me that like I'm like, oh my god, man. Like,
yeah, this is like the OG.
No,
that's his first restaurant. And I love, what else do I love? I love low key places.
Name a low key place. I don't give a fuck. Like.
There's this restaurant called like Pache in Laurel Canyon. I just put you onto something.
No. I've been there. The one that's right there in the little like farm, like little town market.
It's little, like Italian.
Yeah. That place is actually really dope. That place.
Yeah,
is cool.
It's like a cool little hidden
Girl,
place.
You ain't put me up on none of my town.
I know. I was like, did I?
Don't start.
What else?
Do you like Korean food?
I fuck with Korean barbecue, but right. I am very picky.
Right.
I don't really like
think about me though. You know what I'm saying? Like how picky I am, and I don't eat red meat anymore.
Well, the thing is, I just stopped eating it too for the most part. Yeah. I've been pescatarian for like unintentionally for like the past week, and I feel so much better.
So on episode 4, right before this, I just talked about how I was pescatarian for 11 months and everything else. So it's funny you said that.
Yeah, I think we're crazy. Like more connected than we know.
It's fucking scaring me. Is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
What else would the people want to know?
I think, listen, we've talked enough. If there's anything else you want to say it now or forever hold your peace.
Oh no, I'm not holding my peace. There will be more to say. But I think we're good. I think they got a little bit of an idea of who I am.
I think they got a lot of idea of who you are, or at least a piece of you.
Like a little piece.
Yeah, no,
there's so much more to come, guys.
More than anything, listen, I thank you so much, so fucking much, because it's like cool, because I wasn't like some thirsty like, yo man, can you do this? And it was just, you're really cool about it. And I think when meridians align and they're just like, you know what I'm saying, it's just like boom, it felt like it was meant to be. And again, I thank you, appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much, Jordyn. And yo, that's it. We episode 5, we're out.
Episode 5.